A man who once cleaned toilets now controls the future of artificial intelligence. Let that sink in for a second. This is Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, a company now worth trillions. But here's the part nobody talks about. He didn't start with money, connections, or even comfort. He started at the very bottom. So how does someone go from scrubbing bathrooms to building the most powerful AI company in the world? Stay with me, because this story gets even crazier. Jensen Huang was born in Taiwan and moved to the United States as a child. But his early life wasn't anything like the success stories you see online today. At just 9 years old, he was sent to a boarding school in the US, but not the kind you're imagining. It was more like a reform school, a place where discipline wasn't optional, it was survival. And this is where things took a turn. Instead of living a normal childhood, Jensen was cleaning bathrooms, doing hard labor, and living under strict conditions. Imagine that, a future billionaire waking up early just to scrub toilets. No luxury, no comfort, just struggle. And here's the question, what would you do in that situation? Most people would quit. Most people would complain. But Jensen didn't. He adapted. He learned discipline. He built mental toughness. And without realizing it, he was preparing for something much bigger. Because sometimes the environments we hate the most build the strength we need the most. Now fast forward a few years. Jensen studies electrical engineering, works at companies like AMD and LSI Logic, and from the outside, his life looks stable, safe, predictable. But inside, he knew something was missing. And this is where most people make a decision that defines their entire life. They choose comfort or they choose risk. Jensen chose risk. In 1993, he made a decision that could have destroyed everything. He quit his job. No guarantee, no safety net, just an idea. And with 2 other co-founders, he started a company, not in a fancy office, at a small restaurant table. That company was NVIDIA. But here's where the story gets real. NVIDIA didn't succeed overnight. In fact, it almost failed multiple times. They were burning money, their products weren't working, competitors were ahead, pressure was building. And imagine this moment, your savings running out, your idea not working, and everyone around you starting to doubt you. This is where most founders quit. So why didn't Jensen quit? Because he saw something others didn't. While everyone was focused on the present, he was thinking about the future. And that future was something called GPUs, graphics processing units. Back then, GPUs were mainly used for gaming. Nothing special, nothing revolutionary. But Jensen believed this technology could become something much bigger. And for years, people didn't understand it. But then something happened that changed everything. Artificial intelligence. Suddenly, the same GPUs that powered video games became the backbone of AI. Training models, processing massive data, powering innovation. And guess who was already leading that space? NVIDIA. Overnight, the company that once struggled to survive became the most important company in the AI revolution. Every major tech company, Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, needed NVIDIA's chips. Demand exploded, revenue skyrocketed, and Jensen Huang became one of the most powerful figures in tech. From cleaning toilets to controlling the infrastructure of AI. Let that sink in again. But here's the part most people miss. This wasn't luck, this was vision. While others chased trends, Jensen built the foundation of the future. He didn't just create a product, he created something every other company would depend on. And that's the difference between a normal business and a billion-dollar empire. Now think about your own life for a second. Are you chasing what's popular today, or are you building something that will matter tomorrow? Because Jensen's story proves one thing. Your starting point doesn't matter. Your environment doesn't matter. Even your current situation doesn't matter. What matters is your vision, your persistence, and your ability to see opportunities before the world does. And here's the crazy part. The AI revolution is just getting started, which means the story of NVIDIA is far from over. So the real question is, are you just watching the future happen, or are you going to be part of it? follow for more stories that can change how you see business, money, and success.